Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. 8:25 a.m. It is March 10th. March 10th. Big sell off yesterday. Broke key levels I talked about. Um, it was definitely a bull trap yesterday. A lot of news, a lot of things going on. We got non-farm payrolls today, unemployment data today. I didn't think the market would do that without this catalyst, but it did it without the catalyst. There was jobless claims in the morning that actually were finally showing that there's some softness happening in the employment. So finally that, right? And let's get into the watch list because there's a lot of news to talk about before this data drops. Okay, so let's look at the watch list real quick. What we got? VIX is up 1.59. It's almost at 23. Talked about that yesterday. Nasdaq is flat. The dollar is only slightly down. Um, what we got? Dow is down 0.25. ES down 0.21. Russell down 0.40. Bitcoin down 0.57. It's below 20 grand. Um, Crude is almost down 1%. And then we have the 10-year yield is down 2.88. That's probably due to the yield curve inversion. The 2-year note went over 5% yesterday. So the 2-year versus the 10-year, that's a pretty big inversion. All right, let's go into any leaders and laggards here. That's not much of a leader up there, but we got Amazon, Google. Um, Not much of anything to speak of until we get down to coin. Coin's down 1.53 pre-market. Silvergate, all that crypto stuff. Um, Now, top sector stocks I like to look at. Communications, Roblox got an upgrade today. Said that they're one of the top internet stocks, gaming stocks. I forget who upgraded them, but that's why they're rising pre-market up 2.43%. Um, Nothing else to speak of. We got laggards. Cat. Cat is a laggard at down 1.48%. Sectors. No really leader here. Semiconductors. That's not much of a leader. Laggard is financials. No surprise there, right? All right. So put this over to the news. We're waiting on the news to drop, and we'll look at the charts to see how this reacts. Now, the non-farm payrolls have been overshooting. See, the last time it overshot huge, 517,000 jobs added. Now, today they're forecasting 205. Will this be the first time we missed the number? Just like jobless claims, I don't know. If we overshoot it again, I believe that should send the markets down, but you never really know fully what the market will do. Unemployment, same thing. Previous 3.4, they're expecting 3.4. If this rises, now I think we might be changing our tune here a little bit. To bad news is going to be bad news for the markets. So you want to see this tick up for the Fed to start to do stuff, but I don't know now because they're going higher for longer, right? So we got about 20 seconds to this news to drop. I'm going to put it on this futures chart for right now to see what we get. I'll go back to that, but it's popping right about now. All right, let's see those numbers. Oh, unbelievable. It added jobs again. Over 106,000 jobs. Unbelievable. But unemployment went up. So it's got a mixed bag here. So look at this. Non-farm payrolls added 311 jobs, right? They forecasted 205. However, finally, unemployment ticked up, which is probably why the market's catching a little bit of a bid. So it's kind of like a mixed news here. Unemployment went up. That's the first uptick in unemployment that I can recall lately. Now, the jobless claims might have led us to that yesterday, but non-farm payrolls added 311 jobs. That's a big overshoot. However, markets liking the unemployment going up. So it looks like we're moving up. Now, what I did here, have this on this chart, I have the whole move from the bottom to from the top to the bottom in the ES. Okay, here's a fib. So right now we're at 38.2. I'm really looking at this 39.51 area here to see what we do at this number. Now you're knocking all these shorts out right now. This market will be nuts if we retrace this move. I don't. I mean, I'd be really shocked, but I mean, almost nothing shocks me anymore. We can look at what the Nasdaq's doing. Let's see that. Here's Nasdaq. Woof. Now Nasdaq, very interesting. This is monster level here, that 121 here. The Nasdaq, it popped through it and caught selling off of it. This is a very mixed message for the market right now, with that unemployment finally ticking up, because that could maybe think the Fed might not raise rates as much as the higher for longer. That is a huge move. That is a monster candle. What we got, the high was 121.12. The low is 119.39. This is kind of a wrench thrown into the market right now, I believe. Mixed messages. But so far, liking it, right? Now, it's catching a bid, right? But this level's so huge, okay? It's a really big level in the Nasdaq. That's why it kind of couldn't cross it. If it crosses it and holds it, my God, that would be something. Now, if we look at really quickly, the watch list probably has changed quite a bit, right? Let's look at this. Nasdaq's up 0.62, ES up 0.34. So everything's turned positive as far as futures, right? Tesla's up 1%, 0.187, almost 2%. Amazon up 1%. Apple actually got downgraded. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Apple got a downgrade. The VIX has dropped. Not that much, actually. Not really much at all, actually. So this is just very interesting. So Nasdaq's working on that level right now. That's why those levels are always there. I talk about them, right? Look why the market goes to them, hovers around them. They're magnets, okay? That's where all the people had said this is the fairest price over the year ago, this year, this month. It's just a monster level. This could also just be a huge bull trap. Now it just cleaned all these shorts out. Now let's get into now what happened yesterday too. Added to that SVP Financial, looking for public capital offering. That is like that stock is dying. That's a regional bank, and KRE is like a regional bank ETF. That's the largest holding, one of the largest holdings. That's why the Russell went down so much, because the Russell is heavy in regional banks. That's why the Russell is the weaker. Um, this is crazy. This is nuts. Unemployment finally ticked up. Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Let's look at that is pretty nuts right now. Let's look at some daily charts here. All right. So what do we do in the SPY? Yesterday, from this move, we retraced and hit the 61.8. Okay. The 61.8. We broke the 100, the 200. Finally, broke this swing low right here in the SPY. Okay. All right. So that was a pretty big move. That was a pretty big move. Okay. Now the Qs have a totally different. They're so much stronger. So the Qs. Now this 293.47 level, I'll keep talking about it. It's a monster level, right? We almost pretty much we broke it, but then we almost came and closed by it. Okay. Now check this out. We closed 292.66. We're at 293, almost we're at 294 right now in the Qs. We're above this level. We're around here right now. Okay. So we didn't hit the 200 day. We didn't hit the 50. So Qs is definitely stronger. Didn't even hit the 50% retracement from this move. So that would caution me a little, because the Q is kind of like whatever tech does usually is what the market's going to do. Okay, you do have financials that are very weak because of all this weakness in talking about Silvergate, SVB, like that SIVB is the ticker. It's down 62%, 62.76% in the pre-market. So that's getting hammered. So Silvergate is actually up 6%. We're whipping all around right now. I mean, we're whipping. You could even see on this screen, you can see the both markets, the ES and the MES. It's just what a wild candle, right? All right, let's go back to here into the Qs. Now notice that, right? So let's look at the Dow. Dow, man, I am so regretting that the Dow, me not taking that short, boy. That is a big regret right there. Not shorting here, right here, and targeting here. Man, it's just ripping down. So that actually closed below the 200 on the Dow. Okay, I can get rid of this. Let's look at the Russell. Russell, remember what I said, and this is another one. I'm kicking myself because I had an alert. Now look at yesterday, this big 186 level, right? Broke it, come above it, and then we opened above it, and that was your chance to short the Russell, and it went right down to the 200-day moving average. Okay, this is also, I'll add this level. You can see right here that level's been support, of course, right at the 200-day moving average. Okay, and let's look at this. Oh, let's go with fib on the Russell just to see their move. So they're at the 61.8. Look at that, lines up, but the 200-day moving average lines up at 181. Very interesting. Very interesting, right? Okay. Let's get into the triple headed. Now that took a pretty big hit today. Okay. Now that just means bonds are being bought. Okay. Now, but the year the yield curve is very, very, very inverted. So this is 3.783 right now. Okay. But like I just said, a 2 year note is over 5%. So you're getting 5% for 2 year and only 3.7 for a 10 year. All right. So let's look at the VIX. The VIX is a beast. It was up all the way here. Now look, it's all the way down. We talked about it before. The VIX is down at 2196. It was at 2296 just earlier, right? So the VIX is kind of pulling away. Algo's really liking this unemployment tick up. Okay. Let's look at that dollar. All right. Dollar is hitting this trend line right now. Dollar is at 104.77 right now. Okay. This non-farm payrolls. Wow. That is pretty nuts. Now CPI is next week, so who knows what that's going to bring, right? Okay. Now, let's go into our market profile. Let's see what we got going, okay? Give me 1 second while I bring that up. Hit you with the watch list. We're just going to go right into today of what's going on. Let's get my marker out. Let's really get this in view here. Okay, let me see if I can put this into. Okay. Okay, really quickly. This is what we did yesterday, right? We got single prints, single prints, single prints, single prints. Okay, so it was like emotional selling, not straight because you had some volume here. Okay, volume here, but you got single prints. Okay, so we have those. Now, what did we do yesterday? We ripped through these key levels. 39.89 broke what I talked about, the 100-day and the 200-day moving average. This is in futures, okay? Even though I know it did it in the SPY, but this is futures. So once we ripped down, it was just, man, longs liquidating, and we needed to take out this swing low, which we also did. We took out the swing low. Okay, now here's the key to the profile. If you're just looking at this profile, here we go, right? So we got a profile coming out here, and we got excess. Nice bell curve, right? So here's the key. 39.89 is just a key level. All right. Now look, you have excess now down here, right? So if the market cannot build value down here, it's going to go right up to here. That's how it works. It's going to go right back to value. Now let's look at what's going on right now. Okay. And this is with the overnight. So look what the overnight did. We got an overnight low here. Okay. If we knock some singles, there's some singles from the past. We knocked into them in the so okay. So we killed all the singles from this day. You can't see it on my chart, but from the past, I was talking about those singles yesterday. They got cleaned. Okay, so but let's look at what we're doing now. Couple key things. Whenever you have a big day like that, number one thing is 50% of this move. This is not fib from the whole. Actually, would it be from the whole high? It might be. Um, yeah. Well, I did a fib earlier from the all the way to the overnight low, right? But if you do a fib from just yesterday's low, 50%, you want to be very cognizant of this level. Okay, 39.64, right there. That's the 50% retracement of that big move lower yesterday. 39.64. Price is right here, 39.34. Okay, so we have yesterday's low, 39.09. And we have the overnight high right here, 39.42. So we got our 50% retracement is 39.64. That is a big level. 50%. Okay. We got yesterday's low, 39.09. Overnight low, 38.03. Overnight high, 39.42. Okay. The market, most times on a big day like yesterday, doesn't usually do a lot the next day. It usually digests the move. Okay? That is what usually happens. Remember, that doesn't always mean oh, thank you, Nathan. Um that doesn't always mean that you can't go crazy because this market's nuts, right? So, we were gapping lower right here, right? Well, the numbers came out and we're up here now. We have single prints here. Emotional buying, right? Okay. So today it's all about the 50%. 39.64. You don't want to see the market over that. You don't. That's really the big line in the sand. Okay. It's also now the selling, if you want to really look at it, here's the single prints, right? So selling really started from here. Right when it broke the 100-day and the 200-day, you can see all those single prints really started from up here. That's where the selling started. Okay, so now you want to look at it like this. This is how you want to look at it, engage this. Okay. Right now, the market's still accepting these lower prices. Okay. Right now, the market is currently accepting the lower prices. So you have to look at it from, like, let's say these single prints here. Let's take it from here. Right here, right? This area. That area. The market is telling us it's accepting these lower prices right now. Now, remember what I talked about the profile on the right, right? This is the composite profile of the last rolling week. Now look, we got excess down here. Don't have a lot of volume down here, okay? If the market can't hold itself down here and we don't start getting volume here, and I'm not saying this happens today, but this is usually how the market works. If you can't accept value here and we don't just go like this today and we don't just do this and you start building out value here, like I said before, the market is going to go back up here to 39.90 because now it's saying you can't build value here. We're going to go back to old value, or current value actually is still here. Okay, that's how it works. So that's what I'm looking at today. Okay, we got demand zone down here. Now look, usually overnight lows, when you make new lows in the overnight, they're not secure. They're not secure. Meaning a market just doesn't let an overnight low be the low. See, we made an overnight low, I believe here. This is an overnight. No, that's not an overnight session. There was another overnight. I think it was in the NASDAQ where The overnight low was the low, and then usually you usually will take this out in the real-time trading hours. So that's another thing to be cognizant of. Overnight lows usually aren't just going to be the lows. Another stat, I'm hitting you with a lot today, but another stat is I believe it's like over 98% of the time an overnight low or an overnight high is tagged in the real-time trading session. I know it's high. It's like 98%. Okay. Okay. So right now I can tell I'm getting a lot of alerts that the Nasdaq is stronger. I'm hearing. I'm just the ES is weaker. Okay. You don't want to have that disconnect. Okay. So I'll be very cautious. Okay. Like I said, 39.64 is what you don't want to see the market above. And it would be nuts if we go up here, but it's possible because anything's possible. Right. The only thing I'll say psychologically is everybody who was short yesterday. Remember, the market closed at the lows here. So if you're getting up today and the price is up here, your stock is higher. Oh man, that if you're short, meaning you're a new short, you're going to be underwater, and this could cause the market to push up a little bit. So I'm really just today, honestly, I'm looking at that 50% fib. You stay under that, like I said, build value here, then you could look maybe for a short. Come try to test yesterday's lows. Okay. Now, like I said, most times the market will just digest the move and kind of just go in a range after a big day like that. But this market's nuts. It's really nuts. I am not interested in longs if we're not above this monster level. Stay below it, I want to be bearish. So if this happens today and we go like this and hold, then I'm interested in longs. Other than that, I have to be bias short. Okay. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Now the Nasdaq, okay, I talked about this yesterday's stream. 121, right? This big level was broken. 100-day moving average in futures broken. We got caught at the 50-day. Close at the lows. So this monster level was broken. I talked about this yesterday. However, this news coming out now is making it a little wacky. Okay, it's telling me that price, because I'm getting these alerts when I go to the overnight session right now, it's going to be there most likely. So let's go to it. Yep. What did I say? Where is the price right now? Right here. That's the price right there, that dot. That's why that level is a monster. 121 in the Nasdaq. Monster level. This is the break. This is the tipping point for the market, because remember, this is 27-28% of the S&P. So it's a huge part of the weight. Okay. So what do we have here? We have only cleaned half of these singles from the past, the Nasdaq. Okay, we got the overnight low here, overnight high here. Simple as simple could be what the plan is going to be. Okay, 50% retracement is right at the most traded price of the week. 121.70, most traded price of the week. Okay, so we have a very, to me, right now, very easy in the Nasdaq what the rule is. If the market cannot, now again, this is the first hurdle. If it can get over this, oh my God, right? But I needed to get over this. The most traded price of the week. That's the 50% retracement of this big move, right? And there's a bunch of single prints here. Right, a big long streak of single prints. So I needed to see it hold up here to go higher. I'm only interested if it holds above here. Hope that's clear, because that level is a monster. This level, see how it's holding the market right now? Most traded price of the year, most traded price of the year ago, most traded price of the month is 120-100 in this area. I can't stress it enough how important that level is. So if it holds, okay, if we can't, or if we do this, and then go like that, that's a short. If we can't, don't get excited. You need to hold. That's why I said you need to hold in order to get up. If you just do one of these and go back, oh boy, then you have to look short. Take out the rest of the single prints. Take out yesterday's low. Go down to the overnight low into this demand zone. So this is crucial for the market. Crucial. Right here. This box. I'm going to put a box right here. Hold above it. Long. Can't sustain in here and start to do that, you got to go short. Because now, guess what? Everyone from here is long and they're short covering. So now we have longs here. Now we have singles. Now we have people who are long down here. That's why I'm saying if they come up, they're going to take their profit. And if we start going, what are they going to do? Puke their positions and you take a short. I'm hoping this is making sense. Pretty simple what the levels are. Okay. Now, just to reiterate the levels. Let's reiterate the levels really quickly. In this chart that's cleaner, right? Most traded price. Look at this. Most traded price right there. Most traded price right there. So you can't get any cleaner. Price is right here. This is the ES, okay? So ES is weaker. We're below these prices now. I said there was going to be a big move, right? Where did we go? Right here. I told this the other day. I said if we come, we're probably going to hit one of these nodes, right? We did. Now, the ES is different, right? It's below this level. It's weaker. Let's go over to the NASDAQ just to show you in a cleaner chart to make sense of what I'm talking about. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There's stacked levels at that 121. And we're right there. And you'll see it. The candlestick is right on it. Look. This is the year's profile. Right there. This is a year ago from today most traded price. Look at the candle. Right here. It's also last week's most traded price. It's also the week before's most traded price. It's also last month's most traded price. It's also this week's most traded. It's monster level. Monster. And we're right here. So it is going to go here, or we're going to crush these longs here. And they're going to get trapped. And we're going to go test here. This swing low. What's the swing low? That swing low is 118.37, right? Where's next? Right here. That's a big node. Okay. And then you have those lows are like way begging to be broken. Down here. But that's why this level's so pivotal right now. That's why the market keeps gravitating. It's a magnet. And what's happening is everybody from this year, everybody from the last year, from a year ago today, it's all initiating shorts, longs. People are saying this is the most fairest price of the last year, this month. Okay? Last month. It's the fairest price. So everybody's transacting there. So if you move away from that again, you're hurting somebody. It sounds like I'm very passionate about these levels, huh? Alright. So you got my plan. It's 9 o'clock. Crew just opened. To go check out on that. But Very passionate today, look like. And I'm gonna look out for cat, DocuSign, some stocks, cat and DocuSign. Have my mind on coin. Ugh, I couldn't short on Thinkorswim for some reason. That it's not letting you. So that hurt yesterday when I couldn't do that. However, that's besides the point. So can be a comment, like, or subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw. Share with your trading friends. Stay green, stay patient. You know the levels that I just talked about. The Nasdaq is gonna show me what we're gonna do. You go above that 12100. You go above the 12100 and you hold it. You gotta go to above that most traded price of the week. You gotta go. You gotta think we're gonna just crush the shorts from yesterday, right? You go below it. You go above it, whip down. You gotta go short. Okay. Hope that I'm laying it out. I'm laying it out so hopefully we can make some money with that level. Okay. So stay green, stay patient. Share this feed if you want. Retweet it. Whatever you got to do. I will try to do an update today and see what the internals look like. All right. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend. If I don't talk to you again.